correct. That's right. If you happen to be just tuning in, Team DsBn up 1-0 over Bad Monkey Gaming, and pretty much had control of the game all throughout. And even even Stewie, man, was really getting on them for not going cutthroat, not really pushing it in. But when it was all said and done, they did eventually come through and actually take the game. But it was a little closer than maybe it should have been. And there is no doubt lessons to be learned still. But yeah, feeling pretty good here on what is the best of the 3 here for the DreamHack Qualifiers. Number 1. Now we are back in, so my co-caster here. I do have also the monitor game up, so just taking a quick look at that. I mean, again, it seems like that Nullstone versus Mint series has expected a pretty close game there, man. And right now, 16-16 in hero kills, 47.5 minutes in. It really could go either way. Just looking at that monitor game there, so we'll keep an eye on that and see how
I would consider Nullstone the favors when it comes to the late game. But, I mean, at this point, it comes down to a lot more like the vision and team coordination and team fights. So, yeah, definitely a close one.
Absolutely. But back to game number 2. Again, we're already developing into the draft. And this time around, got to see the bands, actually. So going over those. Puppet Master, Warbeast, Behemoth, Swiftblade is what we have here. So, yeah, seeing the Behemoth band from Team DsBn, a little interesting. But respecting Root of Z, I guess. Taking out the Behemoth.
Yep. Behemoth is the kind of hero that prevents early aggression as well. So against the team versus like Team DsBn, I mean, they just don't feel too confident playing versus it. He usually sits behind his carry, just keeps the enemy at bay, and he keeps the enemy at bay with his long-range Fisher. He doesn't really need to get close in, so he doesn't need to put himself into risk in the early game. And I don't know necessarily. I mean, Root of Z plays a good Behemoth as well, so I mean that might come into play as well. But I mean, bigger picture, I mean, Team DsBn 1 game from taking out the world champions.
Yeah. That would be crazy.
That's huge.
It really is worth stressing. Obviously, for BMG, again, they're the world champions and everything, sure, but they have been on a little bit of a break here, understandably. They've been enjoying their winnings. They stayed in Thailand a little bit longer, having a good time. And not to make excuses for them because, again, Sync was in a similar spot where, I mean, they too stayed after a little bit. And despite them having a disappointing finish, and then they came back and just destroyed Reason Gaming, a very, very solid team. So, but it's worth noting, I think. And again, they are playing with a new roster. But yeah, despite all that, it's still they are the favors and should be, and definitely perhaps caught off guard here. But it is 1 game, so we'll see how they respond now. And I think this is where we're going to definitely get an idea of what that first game was all about here in game number 2.
Jim and I picked up here. It's been a while since we saw that hero in action.
Pee-wee loves it, man. It's
a strong one. I'm not gonna lie. It's a really, really fun one to watch as well. It's got a lot of like mobility. It can go a lot of different item builds. I mean, you can build him tanky. You can build him into like the Energizer and the Firebrand, and run around the map and set up ganks. I mean, just fun hero to watch in general. Mm-hmm. Here comes the Shipper. So Hellborn team is definitely gonna be a little bit more offensive in this game. At least they're not gonna let the Legion team take over their forts completely like in last game.
Yeah.
Cthulhuphant as well, nice counter versus Parasite. But other than that, I feel like it's still going to be pretty standard. I don't necessarily feel like the Legion team is going to man up with this time. I mean, it's not going to be possible, not versus the Cthulhuphant. So Tremble is probably going to sit in the safe lane. Gemini is going to sit in his safe lane. Then we're going to have Shipper in the mid. Probably a Magnus dual lane. I would like to see it because Magnus versus Shipper in a 1 versus 1 situation, that's a little bit iffy. And now when you got a Parasite as well, with 2 stunners in the mid, you can set up for some very effective Parasite ganks.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, we'll see how that works out for them. But yeah, Parasite picked up early here again with that 2nd pick for Team DsBn. So get in their hands. And yeah, from what I recall too, Pee-wee, again, he's really known for playing that Monkey King, but I do believe he played a bit of Gemini as well. It's really standing out of my mind at least. So again, kind of a comfort factor there for him, you could say. Tremble, Cthulhuphant, and Chipper though on the side of Bad Monkey Gaming. You think that's going to be a boxy Chipper here in the suicide perhaps? Or?
Chipper is one of Mighty Margus's core heroes, actually.
Okay.
He plays it really damn well, so I've seen people ban it. I know Team DsBn blind ban it when they were up versus Team Grief last weekend, so they definitely respect Mighty Margus Chipper, and therefore I feel like it's going to come down to him playing it. At the same time, I mean, Mighty Marcus also has a very impressive Parasite. So, I mean, seeing as he played the Legionnaire jungle role last game, I mean, maybe that's something that BMG can actually start taking advantage of now, picking up these kind of forced heroes. And that opens up a new dimension for them as a team.
Yeah. Yeah, this actually reminded me, now that you say that, yeah, I do remember when he was with Team Grief, you know, making that point there. So, yeah, Mighty Marcus, very, very possibly going to end up with it instead. But you look at the accursed ban coming out. Again, that's something that, speaking of Boxy, he would gladly play and play very well, but not going to be the case here. They're thinking about their final ban. Madman, Kraken, Kinesis, Midas, Accursed, and Pyromancer is the final ban here. Again, Panty playing the Pyromancer last game. Perhaps a little bit of reaction to that, but also just taking away a good support option. They know
yeah, Legion team is banning a lot of suicide heroes here, so they are confident, or they believe that Shipper is going to be in mid.
Yeah.
And therefore, they're just trying to take away all the comfort zone heroes from Boxy right now. Not sure why they banned the Madman though. I feel like that's not a hero that fits the lineup whatsoever. Maybe they just know that Boxy plays it well, but I think that Quincy provided us with some stats that Boxy's worst hero is actually that Madman in win percentage.
Madman, I think just overall just doesn't have a high win percentage, which is a little interesting. But because yeah, I really find Madman to be actually just a very solid hero and a hero that can be run in different roles. But yeah, I guess it wouldn't surprise me if that is the case, because his overall just doesn't seem to be the prettiest. So we'll see though for BMG as what they do end up with. Torturer, apparently another one that doesn't have the highest win percentage. That is interesting too, 39%, 39.8. So picked up here though by Team DsBn. Again, Torture's always been known just as a solid support option. So to see him actually that low win percentage is a little shocking, but.
It's interesting that they picked up the Torture. I feel maybe this kind of indicates that Magnus is going for the suicide route, because Magnus and Torture isn't necessarily the best combo in the mid. Torture is kind of the hero that you pick up to box out other suicide heroes, especially the melee heroes, thanks to the impalement of his, which is the second highest damage dealing spell in the game. Is very efficient to box out those suicides. So I assume that the Torture is going to be sitting with the Gemini in the safe lane and just try to box out that suicide and probably pick up their mid hero now. Then it's going to be a 1v1 versus Shipper. I can see a few different options, but I feel like they could need some more lockdown or some initiation. They're going to go to rally. Yeah, that's all right. That fits their playstyle as well. I know Teltuk plays it very, very well.
Yeah, absolutely. So. Going to be in his hands here, and that's indeed how they'll finish in the end. So, you mentioned the second highest damage spell, Impalement. What's the highest then?
Swiftblade Spin.
Swiftblade Spin. Okay, interesting. Yeah, I can't say I've ever really heard that. So that's a fun stat there. Where is Swiftblade? I'm trying to find him actually with the spin damage 135.
I think it adds up to like 500 damage or something. Swiftblade, and I don't know. I have the stats somewhere.
Oh yeah, Doctor Ultimate. I guess you can say has potential to be the highest, but
I was talking about like level 1. You know,
okay.
Ultimates. Yeah, I think there are some like which they're Ultimate level 3. Damn,
that's true. Valkyrie, final pick here, and of course in the hands of Boxy in the end. So they were correct as far as. The Chipper being in the hands of Mighty Marcus here. And he'll get Valkyrie, though, for Boxy. We've seen that plenty of times, so here we go. But, again, you do look at the Legion lineup here, team, and clearly a team that likes to be active. And once they do have another pretty active team here in game number 2.
They do. So. I just feel like Torture doesn't fit their lineup whatsoever. She's not necessarily the active hero that you're looking for to go in for these gank attempts. I mean, she can add a little bit to the push, for example. I mean, you can get the early towers at the bottom. But at the same time, I mean, now when BMG saw the Torture was picked up as the force pick, they simply picked a ranged hero instead of a melee hero for the suicide. And Valk, I don't think she's going to have any problem dealing with this Torture Gemini combination. I mean, it's going to be really tricky. Gemini can't really hit his Twin Fang onto the Valkyrie before she leaps. And the same goes with Torture. It's a little bit of a cast time on that. So I would have liked to see something with a little bit more of a direct stun, like a Rhapsody or something.
Well, Torture is going to be the front lines right here. Now, numbers in favor of Team DsBn, actually. And depending if they get the right target. I mean, get through the font's a little tricky.
I mean, he can go for
wants
trample,
to.
but that's not what he wants at this point. He wants that hook him. He doesn't
That's
want to
true.
steal trample, but I think he's gonna have to.
Yeah.
He's gonna.
Oh,
Oops.
was that? Oh, wow. Was that server lag right there? Yeah.
Yeah, it
I
was.
think that was awkward timing. I don't think it really changed much, to be fair. But now, you make a good point, though. That means he has level 1 trample now. So he's not going to have hook him.
Yeah.
And
They changed this so much. I mean, they didn't get the first blood, but hell, that was a worth it trade for them.
Yeah.
He's not going to be able to go offensive now. Maybe he has to sit at the suicide lane for quite some time, and it seems like Glacius and Valkyries actually, like they were looking to do some kind of pseudo trial, and this screws everything up for BMG. Not sure how they're going to be able to deal with this.
yeah, no, that's very interesting. I mean, he's already back at base, obviously regenerating exactly. He's coming back towards the bottom lane. Right here, so I wonder, is he going to try to just soak some experience? But again, in a tri lane especially, that's really nerfing.
It is, but I guess it doesn't have any other choice. Torture, by the way, is in the mid. I'm not quite sure about leaving this Gemini versus. Oh my God, server lag.
Yeah, this server is pretty bad. I think that's pretty evident here, having some issues. So it's yeah, I think it definitely could be a case of them possibly remaking if. Obviously, not getting the bloodlust kill right there at least, so it's not like that would necessarily. But it still is an impact.
But I mean,
so.
remake though, you know. I mean, then if Kitolofan gets that hook gem, that's a big deal. So I don't think that Legion team really wants to remake unless they're forced.
Well, I mean, they were the ones that even said remake first, like so. That's what I was kind of saying.
Yeah. I mean, they're manner guys, I guess.
Yeah, you see, he's pointing out. Guifix is pointing out that. It's like, well, he got a stun. Yeah,
oh, right, that's true. He can skill it again. Yeah, that's
manners.
actually true. That's more fair.
Yeah, we saw that. That kind of takes me back to it was actually speaking of DreamHack, where Nova of Q Squad. I forget who they're playing against, but he got bloodless, but then the game like crashed, and so they had to remake the server, and he just ran towards the bottom lane. He's like, "Kill me again!" They just easily killed him again as a result. So, okay, so I guess maybe they're gonna
look at mid.
Let's try it a little bit longer here. Chipper in the middle lane is in a lot of trouble. Bloodlust kill possibly.
What are you doing? They can't dive this far.
No, Torture is going to be turned. And Panic goes down right there. And now Magnus has to
gonna go down as well.
walk away. Or Glacius gets the one coming in.
One
Chipper,
rocket should be enough. Yeah.
Yep. No, he dodges a trample, but I still don't think it's going to happen. A little bit of the hero block there, and down he goes. So Root of Z picks it up. And actually, so yeah, Torture actually wasn't even counted as a bloodlust kill. It was Root of Z right there getting
trample
credit.
Paid off.
Because of the trample. Yeah, how about that? It does pay off in the end. Yeah, so that's a little awkward for Team DsBn, considering they were the ones. You mentioned, though, I mean, they dove way too far there.
There's no way they were going to get the kill. I mean, it was really obvious. They should have realized that way sooner. I'm not sure why they kept chasing. I mean, when you don't have the stuns, you're not going to be able to catch up with the shipper under the tower range. And, I mean, giving away 2 kills to BMG, that's, yeah, not a good start for Team DsBn.
Yeah.
It's the opposite from last game.
Yeah, that is a good point, actually. So, in the end, we do see a 1-0 start once again here for Bad Monkey Gaming, and despite the start not necessarily looking the friendliest so far, it's actually getting a little bit better. So apparently, yeah, gonna have another pause right here. Gonna do a restart for one of the
more
players.
Server lag. I mean,
yeah, well,
definitely help.
I don't think that's server lag. I mean, we were noticing the server lag, and you do see BMG even making the point they're not really getting anything anymore. It's just individual player just connects, I guess. So it happens again, restarting and hopefully fixing said issue there.
Yeah, should be good to go. Kitolofan actually transitioned to his own forest now. He's up here and he's going to try to stack this. So
yeah,
I think that's the correct decision. I mean, he's not going to be able to do too much at the bottom at this point. I mean, he can shut down the parasite, so I would like him to transition back to the enemy forest when he's gotten some levels. But as for now, I mean, he needs that hook M, and he doesn't want to soak experience from his mid lane, I guess.
Yeah, wants to. Yeah, that's true. Even with the bloodlust, he still doesn't have level 2 yet, so he's working on it. He should almost be there now. As finishing off those creeps with that pull. So once he gets that hook him, it definitely changes a little bit here as far as what kind of impact he can have. But yeah, the Glacius Valkyrie still remains as the aggressive dual lane here. Obviously, Torture has made his way down here in the bottom lane now. We of course noticed that he was middle initially. But especially with what happened, deciding it's best to maybe babysit the Gemini down here. But I don't know. I mean, it doesn't seem like he's really able to do a whole lot, and they're really going to need some impact from Parasite here, I think is safe to say.
This laning phase favors BMG big time this far. They're going to win every single lane at this point, and I just think it comes down a little bit to the fact that, I mean, Tremble was first pick for BMG, and still, I mean, the Legion team, they didn't take that into consideration whatsoever. I mean, he's in a 1 versus 1 situation versus another melee hero as a Tremble job versus another melee, and that's a dream scenario for you. I mean, Balthazar, he hit that 500 GPM mark in the last game when he was struggling at like 200 GPM during the laning phase. Just imagine what he can accomplish now when he's getting complete free farm on this hero.
Yeah, you see right there. I mean, the second rally goes up to maybe get a couple of last hits. You see Dark Swarm's activated, and Balthazar starts putting some auto attacks in him. In fact, he's going to die right here. Yeah, he gets the kill. Will it come at a cost? No, yes it will. Just enough damage. And at least Teltec gets revenge right there. So diving a little too much was Balthazar. But again, he got the kill first. So that's where the
I actually think that was worth it for Balthazar.
Yeah.
Teltec died first, so he didn't get the experience, and there were no creeps being killed on the lane. During this point, one soldier is going to go down now, potentially one more, but Tremble got that mount, so he can teleport straight back in, and Teltec missed all the experience from that kill, plus the creeps that were killed on by the defensive tower.
Bottom lane, what a save by Panty right there. What I mean by that, he took the arrow for Gemini. I don't necessarily know if it would have been a kill in the end, but sacrificing himself, jumping in front of the bullet, and taking the arrow. Cthulhu Font going to be turned on as well. So a 1-for-1 exchange right there. Meanwhile, in the middle lane, Chipper, he's trying to get away. Has a regen rune up here. That's helping big time. Now they are going to get the stun off, but again, that regen rune, will it buy enough time? Maybe. Oh, the bottle charges. Mighty Marcus trying so hard to live right there. But when it comes together, just too much to handle in the end. So yeah, well played, at least in terms of trying to get away, but wasn't to be apparently. So we're tied at 3 hero kills apiece, actually, with all the action and how it's been playing out now.
Striders and Control Fan down here. Interesting pickup. I'm not sure if I'm a fan of that.
Yeah.
Especially on melee heroes. I don't feel like, I mean, Striders is kind of like the the kind of marches that you go when you don't have or can afford anything else. But I mean, this is still early into the game, and I mean, he's doing 200 GPMs. I mean, it's still all right. So picking up Striders this early, I mean, I don't know.
Yeah.
It's going to help him, you know, rotate and run to the mids and so on. But I mean, he's actually going to be able to set up kills on his own. He doesn't really have the most reliable stun.
They do got plenty of like Glacius Freeze, the Valkyrie. None of them are obviously the Glacius Freeze is what they're looking for. To maybe started off by
is going
to go in right here. The arrow will connect on a Panty. You should not be getting hit by 4-second arrows this early on in the game, honestly, especially in the laning phase. But he does now. Cthulhu Font going to be turned on at least, so Gemini gets credit. And I think you actually got to say DsBn comes on top there. I mean, they lose a torture for Cthulhu Font, including Gemini getting credit for the kill. So it really doesn't work out too bad in the end.
L1 team is committing 3 heroes while Legion team is committing 2, so I mean that's a trade that they definitely want to take.
Yeah. Well,
real nice arrow from Boxy, starting that off. I mean, showing off those arrow skills. So we know he can. He's going to go at it again, actually.
Oh, it does connect. Boris coming in as well and securing it this time. So Boxy, yeah, he's played this hero plenty as of late and showing why. As he's landing definitely a couple of back-to-back big arrows right here to secure some kills. So he's farming about 390 gold per minute himself. Top lane in the meantime, Rally and Parasite come together. Tremble is going to fall. So, you know, we made mention it really. Pinky Curdy here, playing the Parasite, the captain of the team as well. He's going to need to have pretty high impact. And actually, he's been getting involved. I mean, he's 0-2 now. So that's where the good news is. Now back to the middle lane here. They're collapsing on a Torture. Torture is going to be found by Cthulhu Font. Glacius, that should be an easy kill. He's going to do a little bit of return damage. Magnus actually stuns in. The Eruption being channeled. No freeze to happen. Now Face Hug to help finish off Cthulhu Font. Glacius will get away, but they get the counter kill on Cthulhu Font. So Panty's doing a lot of sacrificing to get counter kills, man. It's kind of working out in that sense, but that's several times we've seen that now.
I mean, they used a little bit of a ports there as well, so definitely a favorable trade for BMG. I mean, sure, they're getting those trades, but in the end, I mean, it's going to add up, and BMG is going to come further ahead. Yeah. I love the rotation from Parasite, though. Pinky Curd is really getting those really crucial kills for his team. One on Shipper, and now one on Tremble as well. I mean, I mean, Tremble, I'm not sure. I mean, Bulbasaur is kind of known for going for the Helm of the Black Legion on Tremble as well. Usually he wants to get a Funnicle first so that he can start flash farming and farm his own forest. But after that, he usually goes for the Helm of the Black Legion to get a little bit tanky. And I wouldn't say that this game is going to be any different. So it's really up to the Legion team right now to put pressure on him and just punish him until he gets that Helm of the Black Legion timing.
Mm-hmm. Now, what was I going to say? I had something in mind. Oh yeah, Boxy. Quincy was pointing out the Boxy 8-3 on Valkyrie. So again, goes back to him being pretty good at the stats to back it up right there. Is also picking up an Energizer here. Again, he's farming 390 gold per minute. So off to a great start for his team, and he's getting some more support down here. The double damage rune now on Cthulhu Font. Again, he has those Striders as you're talking about. So whether or not the most efficient pickup here. Another Ward of Sight's going to spot him out though. Penny placing that one and going to give them plenty of time to be able to react. To be fair, I mean, they did have a Ward of Sight over here as well. That was the Font coming in. But top lane, they're going to collapse the rally with the Seismic Slam, and it is going to be enough as Telta gets credit for the kill on the rally. So yeah, Parasite and Rally really doing some work up there, and they are addressing Baltazar. That is clear to say.
Oh yeah.
And
I mean, Baltazar is so frustrated right now. This is not what you want. He was almost about 400 GPM. He was doing so good, and now Parasite just with those excellent ganks. Communication between Rally and Parasite is top notch here. Yeah. Oh, initiation of bot.
Magnus, he went in way too early right there by himself, and it backfires, and it could backfire for more. Panty's in trouble. A couple more auto attacks. The Rocket's going to dodge, but it doesn't matter. He goes down. You do see Gemini too far away, but yeah, and what I mean, we can see that on the camera the whole time. Guifix right there. He went in way too early before his team was nearby, and that's a Cthulhu fly, with the hook him up, and the team was coming over, and Glacius and Valkyrie clearly, so they easily turned it around. Back to the top lane, Rally, he's going to be fine, despite Boris being out and on his tracks right there. But, yeah, so definitely a little bit of a collapse right there in terms of playing it smart, and in the end, BMG capitalizes. Now it's an 8-7 hero kill lead, but no doubt we got plenty of action here. Start things off as Pee-wee's going to deny the bottom tower, but the fact that the tower's already dead, that's pretty crazy.
Yeah, that's insane.
And actually, I like out the top lane. Mighty Marcus gets credit for the kill up here as they take out Teltuk. He roams in.
The synergy between Shipper and Tremble, or the Boris. Oh, and here comes the return kill.
There's the eruption, and down goes Tremble right there. So this game, man.
Oh, damn.
17 hero
both
kills.
Of these teams. It's bringing so much aggression. I love to see it. I really do.
Yeah.
But I mean, in the end, this torture pickup, I mentioned it in the draft, and I really don't feel like it's paying off. It's not synergizing very well with their lineup in general. It's a complete different kind of route that you usually go when you have a torture support, and I don't think it's going to be useful whatsoever in this game. Glacius is already level 6, so he's going to have a considerably higher impact than this torture, and that's going to pay off when it comes to the late game, or the mid game especially.
That's true, yeah, having 3 levels higher than the other team's support, that's a pretty big deal indeed. So, again, RobX3, a.k.a. Fusin, it is Fusin, so again, to clarify there, Krake is the only player no longer part of the team. Again, now a part of Fresh, of course, as we talk about, and we'll refer to, I'm sure, a couple more times today, again, keeping people updated on what's going on. Now, bottom lane, arrow connects. Boxy, again, another pretty solid. That was a 5-second arrow, too. That's not easy to do. Middle lane now. Chipper, though, he's in trouble. It's like one kill happens for one team. The other team responds, man. Chipper, he's just out of range. Hey, he's going to survive a little longer. Oh, my God. He's actually going to live. No, Gemini comes in with the stun. The split form and actually gets the kill at the end. So that was close. But now, actually, Valkyrie. He's in trouble. Face up, Lex Helios. He didn't Lex first, though, but it's not going to matter. Yeah, it won't matter. He goes down to the end. Gets picked off. So a couple of kills, and, well, the momentum continues. 20 hero kills, 12 minutes about into this game. It ain't going to stop, baby, and that's just pure entertainment for us is what it comes down to. But look at Teltek. You've made point that he actually plays this hero quite a bit, and that's showing. 377 gold per minute on Rally.
Very impressive.
That's a suicide. Jeez. Yeah, that's not easy to do.
And he doesn't even have a Logger's Hatchet, so lasting versus a Tremble, that's strong.
Porto Key, I'm sure, going to be coming up for him here shortly. Let's see. Can't do much to defend the top tower, though. It's too much pressure, and by himself, not worth it. Chipper in the middle lane, though. Here comes Parasite. I got to say, Piki Curdy, he's doing what he needs to be doing. He is being very active
DsBn just playing real damn well. All over the board. I mean, they're crazy. I mean, BMG can't relax for 2 seconds because if they do, then they are going to end up dying.
Yeah.
Oh, wait. No, never mind. I thought Ktofan might be in a little bit of trouble with the DD Magnus coming in, but he's going to be just fine.
That he is. Going to show the replay here while I think I have a little bit of time. This was on Magnus, actually. I made the point earlier. He went in for the kill on Cthulhu, but again, way too early, and clearly just gets turned on as a result of that decision-making right there. So, but several more kills have happened since then with how this game has obviously been plenty of action taking place here. So, again, remains now 11-10 hero kill lead in favor of our Legion team. Team DsBn up 1-0 in the series. This is a best-of-3, guys. Obviously, Deadeye Bounty League that's been happening. Those are best-of-5s there, but back to the DreamHack Qualifier. So back to the best-of-3 format. Again, we're catching the top side of the bracket. We've got to choose one of the two matches. Actually, Kronos F is casting the other series, Mint versus Nullstone. So if you're interested in that, you can check out his stream over there. But the bottom portion of the bracket will be covered later on today by ourselves. So middle lane, so Valkyrie Prism was used right there. They were trying to set up a kill on the middle lane, but definitely was spotted. You can see DsBn.
Either that or very good heads up by DsBn that they saw that everyone was missing from the lane, even the tremble, so they figured, hey, something is up. They're not showing on their lanes. They definitely are looking for a gank attempt. And you see there, Quincy making the point. Mint is actually up for a game versus Nullstone.
Got an update. So, and again, that was a close game about 45 minutes in when we monitored it last. So, clearly, I'm sure it just ended that way in a sense, but Mint does become victorious there, so congratulations to them. But
Boar is spotting out 3 heroes from the Legion team. I think this might be enough to save their ball.
Oh, it will. He put the Lex up, but he doesn't want to go further, and now he's in trouble, though, as Parasite. He can't infest Porus. He's going to use a face hook on a Glacius, but it's not going to matter. He goes down, so that was, that Boris right there, MVP. The fact that it's spotted him coming.
I don't know how Boxy makes it or does it, but I mean his arrows are so damn good. I mean, he's throwing out the arrow before Tremble or Boris even uses his lockdown, and he still hits the mark every single time. I mean, it just comes down to practice and a lot of experience. Penny, what? Penny's gonna find a kill on the Glacius.
Yeah, I caught the tail end of that. I don't even know what he's doing up here, first off. I mean,
he was caught off when the enemy team or when the Helmbort team ported up, so he was like hiding in the trees, and I guess the ward spotted out Glacius, but now Penny is in big trouble.
Oh boy, Arrow. Ooh, he is going to dodge that one at least, but now it's just a matter of time. He is definitely going to fall right here, and he goes down. So, yeah, I mean, he got a solo kill on a Glacius, though. It's hit some level 6 at least. Yeah, you can see the ward aside he placed up here, down here, or whatever you want to call it, on the cliff, so as that. Ooh, look at Cthulhu Fall, man. We talked about the Striders, but he, too, goes Lex Talionis. Interesting. It's not...
Yeah, in a recent patch, you can activate those kind of items without canceling the Striders, I believe. I mean, you can use the bottle, you can place wards. I'm not sure if it went for Lex Talionis as well, but possibly.
Oh, so yeah, so it doesn't put you in combat, basically, is what you're saying. Interesting.
Yeah.
What is the range on it? It is pretty long, isn't it? It's, 1,000 range, so. Huh.
I mean, I don't know if that's something that he was looking for, or if it's just spontaneous, but let's see how it turns out. Interesting to see these kind of new builds, at least. I mean, Lex Talionis is definitely the kind of item that's like emerging on the competitive scene right now. It's getting picked up more and more by every weekend.
Absolutely, yeah. It's except it seems like it's only on Parasite, so that's where I'm a little caught off guard. Is it really that great?
We've seen it on some heroes, I feel. I'm not sure if Miraxus picked it up or something. Maybe that was the Spell Sunder, but
yeah. We did see that.
Definitely sure we've seen it on some heroes. Maybe it's team matchmaking I'm thinking about. I don't know.
Yeah.
I've seen it on a certain hero.
Okay, so isn't Pinky Curdy the one that does the Assassin Shroud too?
Oh yeah.
That's right. The Assassin Shroud Parasite. Yeah, ladies and gentlemen, don't be surprised if that happens here.
I don't know.
And he's made it work, so it's his comfort, and he likes it, so.
Yeah, I just love it. I mean, it's... Oh, wait, Cthulhu Fans.
Cthulhu Fan, he missed the trample right there with his new portal key. So not being the most useful, unfortunately. And you see they are going to ultimately try to get away. No, Panty's strapped. He's... and now he's dead. He tried to get away, but they were able to find him. The fact that was the only casualty, honestly, not the biggest deal in the end. I mean, all 5 were up here for BMG, and clearly that could have been much worse if Cthulhu Fan was able to hit that trample stun, but...
I can't find a Parasite on the map. Where's the Parasite? He's here in the middle lane.
Middle? Yeah, he's from the middle, yeah.
Alright, yeah, I guess he didn't... Or I guess he wasn't in range for actually taking... Or close enough to take the team fight. Otherwise, that would have been a perfect opportunity. I mean, Kitolfan showed off his bulky, he missed his stun, and they had a Magnus with a newly fresh bulky and level 11. If BMG would have committed, or if the DsBn actually were 5 people right there, that could have been devastating for this Hellborn team. So I think they should be a little bit, or consider themselves a little bit lucky to actually get out with 1 kill.
Yeah. You look at the GPM charts again. You got Boxy remaining on top, 293 gold per minute. Balchazar, though, he's quickly going to be gaining the lead here, most likely, as he's finishing off some stacked Ancients, has that Thunderclaw, and, of course, the Shrunken Head to follow here. So, going to very likely surpass him here, in fact. Lux Talionis level 3 now going to be purchased by Cthulhuphon, it looks like. So, obviously got the portal key first, but he's going to finish upgrading that. Look at Gemini. I haven't talked too much about Pee Wee here on Gemini, but he's about 335 gold per minute. Has a Firebrand now picked up. And
he's got to come a bit, but he's not going to have like the flash farm ability as Tremble. Tremble is going to keep going ahead at this point. I mean, sure, Gemini might reach the 400 GPM mark in about 5-10 minutes if he keeps farming, but I think that Tremble is going to reach the 500 GPM mark at the same time. So I feel like DsBn, they really got a clock ticking right now. They need to make something happen.
Yeah. Well, action has slowed down a little bit here. I mean, we were looking at nearly 2 hero kills a minute the way this game is starting here, but it's now we haven't had a kill for a little bit here, a couple of minutes, and in this game that's pretty significant. It seems like both teams are starting to get a little more content on doing the farm things where I'm getting at. Just 3.4% of the players in the game with 10 deaths or more. With Penny's already done once. Oh, Quincy. let's just really highlight the fact that he is struggling. Yeah, he's 1-8-2 here on Torture, so not the
gank at bot lane. It seems like they're using Veiled Rot. Yeah, it's not the Valk ultimate.
They use both. It's Veiled Rot and
both?
Prism. Yeah, he used Prism, but that's worn off now. And now Cthulhuphon goes in as well. Actually, they will catch Torture. Speaking of him.
Oh my God, poor Panny.
Oh boy, Panny's just out and having a good day. Minotaur though. Okay, can Parasite get away?
PK is up in 2 seconds, so he's going to need TP support.
Oh god, it's going to hook him. Yep, the hook him comes out. There's a TP and an immediate portal key away. Coming out from Teltuk right there, and actually they will be fine. So, in fact, Cthulhuphon's okay, he got low, but and actually they're going to catch Glacier. So, I mean, again, the long run, it's a 1-for-1 exchange, support for support. So, I feel like a lot of these deaths on Panny really have not been that bad. They've gotten stuff out of it.
And I mean, I'm a little bit surprised that the Legion team is not comfortable taking these team fights. I mean, that was a splendid opportunity for Magnus to port in as well and just punish BMG big time.
That's a big kill, too, on the Chipper, and actually, that's just Boris there, but still, going to get some more momentum. Yeah, the biggest thing from that, too, again, all 5 were down there from BMG. We've seen that a couple times now at the top lane, the bottom lane. Both of them, they end up getting a kill on a Torturer, but that's it. That's not really a whole lot considering you're committing every single player on the map. And we have an overall golden experience lead in favor of Team DsBn. I got to say I'm a little surprised by that. With the way
and the Veiled Rot, I mean, you can't take that away either. I mean, it's 300 gold every single time they smoke up 3 people like that, and that's going to pay in the long run.
Veiled Rot coming out right here. They're going to jump Magnus. Magnus, he gets healed up a little bit, but not nearly enough. Counter person on Cthulhuphon. He will go down, trample, or rally. He's forced to use his stun out of there. Will it be enough in the long run? No, it won't. The nice net from Boris. He goes down. Parasite, he's trying to TP out. He is going to be successful. Boris can't do much about that. Neither can Tremble. And the rest will get away. But a 1-for-2 exchange there. The tower is going to be denied on top of that. And now it's BMG's turn, apparently, to actually push themselves, which they're going to do right here. Of course, Shrunken Head is up on Balchazar. He used it in the last fight.
That was a buyback, by the way, on Magnus on top of things.
Oh, yeah, you're right. I thought it was a 1-for-3, yeah. So he buys back now. Oh, Eruption! Dang, yeah, well played by BMG. They saw that coming. They figured it was at least. Now, at least Magnus is going to be able to stun out. Tower won't be denied. It will be killed off. Gemini jumps in on the Valkyrie. Splits up as well. Goes for the kill. Gets the kill to Tremble. And down goes Chipper as well. Team DsBn is disbanding Bad Monkey Gaming right now. Valkyrie goes down. Oh, boy. This game is just pure entertainment, man.
Oh, man. I mean, the failed eruption actually managed to, like, become a bait in the end. I mean, Team DsBn just coming out on top big time, and I mean, they're looking so good. I mean, they're beating the world champion right now. They're bringing it to BMG, and they're making a statement that they are the new upcoming team. They are ready. They want this DreamHack qualifier spot.
They really do. Trample in from Cthulhu Fun, just delaying as much as he can, of course. You got Glacius up. They do, like, Balthazar has a buyback, but he's so close and this early on and doesn't want to use it. Other players aren't up either, so figures it's just not worth it. And, you know, probably right there. Defense tower will fall, so at least the racks will be fine. Granted, it is exposed now, but Frostburn finished on Gemini from that. 3,600 gold. On Rally, 4,000 gold on Parasite. Wow. So there's a lot of gold being pulled up here.
Assassin's Road, come on.
Yeah, it's going to be, man. I mean, he's done it now 2 games in a row. You figure it's going to be a 3rd game here. So, but yeah, let's take a look at that replay here. I'm watching right here. Yeah, the failed eruption, man. I mean, you figure it's like, oh yeah, bats are well played by BMG. But you're right. I mean, the fact that he got out of there as easily as he did, and BMG felt like, okay, now here's our chance. But clearly that wasn't the case. And, yeah, you look at the cleanup here. Great stunning by Pee-wee on Gemini, and they just finish it off eventually on a Valkyrie. So Valkyrie did buy his Nullstone before he died right there, so, of course, he has it now. But
Nullstone, huh?
Yeah.
I guess he's really afraid of this Shroud coming out from Pinky Curdy.
Ooh, Parasite. He's able to dodge the hook him right, or more so the trample. Well played. There's the Assassin Shroud. Yep. I can't believe I'm saying that, like, yeah, oh yeah, we're going to see the Assassin Shroud on Parasite. It's like, when have I ever said that? But for Pinky Curdy, we say that, because that's what he likes.
Yeah, indeed.
I
mean, these are the kind of things that you need to do. I mean, if you want to improve, if you want to change the meta, if you want to, like, you know, make a transition and actually, take your enemy team off guard. I mean, you need to make your homework. I mean, I would never see it coming. Like, Assassin's Shroud doesn't feel like that fits Parasite very well. I mean, isn't he more of a portal key hero? But you know what? On paper, no. But when you see it in practice, it works really damn well.
Yeah.
And that's, like, sometimes that's all you need, to be a little bit more experimental, like a little bit more creative, and you can go a long way.
Yeah. Absolutely. And again, clearly just one of these players that's not afraid to change the norm and not afraid to take the insults that may come along with it, for going a little bit more of an unorthodox build. But he does it here yet again. Like I said, we saw it the 2 times we got them before in the qualifiers, and now the off-season qualifiers. It is now here in the DreamHack qualifiers, doing it once again here. Bottom tower push though from Bad Monkey Gaming. They get it with ease, no defense put up, but clearly just continuing to farm is Team DsBn, and Gemini is just up there now, 423 gold per minute here. Looks like he's going for a Shrunken Head next on top of the Frostburn, and you know, this is one of these heroes where it is a little, getting activatable items is always a little funky, it feels like, because of the fact he can't use it when he's in split form. Do you still think a Shrunken Head on him just makes a lot of sense?
He is versus a very magic offensive team, so yeah, I wouldn't say I would be too surprised. It could actually turn into a Brutalizer as well if he wants to counter that BKB on Tremble, for example, and get ready for the late game. But yeah, a BKB, it would probably make a lot of sense in this game.
Yeah.
I mean, especially when Valk went for this defensive Nullstone item as well, he's not going to have the damage necessary to bring down the Gemini. So as long as, I mean, he gets magic immunity up, I think he's going to be fine in teamfights.
Gemini's in a little bit of trouble, though. Now he's being chased down. He's going to be fine in the end. Yeah, they actually tried it. Look at Parasite, by the way, with the Assassin Shroud. Oh, boy, Fusen.
This might be one of those reasons where you feel like maybe throwing out a random dust.
Oh, and now he's in trouble, though. He's going to try to infest. He gets a War Beast Enchanter. Not often you see that. He's going to be caught out, though. The Seismic Slam. Oh, what is Rally doing? Rally going balls to the wall. Seismic Slam goes off. He does a lot of damage to Tremble. Will it be enough to follow him up? You do see Gemini putting out plenty now as a follow-up, but no, the Invis, Valkyrie Prism, doing so much work here. So, you know, we talked about earlier, Bad Monkey Gaming over-committing. That was definitely a case right there for DsBn. I mean, you kind of get the idea, but clearly there was just too many. The numbers were always an advantage of BMG throughout that whole fight.
I thought Teltic was going to compel out the Parasite and actually make him live, but he jumped in and tried to get a clutch ultimate off, and it didn't pay off whatsoever. I mean, Assassin's Shroud on Parasite was almost up again, so I feel like if he would have just Teltic, or I mean, if he would have compelled the Parasite out, he would have been able to live. So yeah, I mean, seems like DsBn wanted to take a teamfight there, but yeah, not paying off.
He has a Staff of the Master, and again, that makes the ultimate really powerful in a large radius, to be fair, but Yeah, still wasn't enough, and it did almost kill Baltazar, set up a kill, but yeah, good job with the Valkyrie Prison to help him get away. And that goes back to this Legion team. They really just need that dust now. Obviously, 3 different heroes have dust now. I think they kind of learned the lesson from that, if anything. They just want to make sure, no matter who's there, like somebody can use dust to get that prism countered, in essence. So, talk about Staff of the Master. Chipper's looking to finish his. He's sitting on a glowstone here. Still think he needs the rest of the components, or most of them, so he's a little bit off of it, but that's what he's going for. Tablet on Magnus here.
Rally is definitely the kind of hero that you can pick up a Staff of the Master on. Not many heroes actually have. I mean, usually it's just like a cool effect, or a clutch play that fits mid-wars or something like that. But Rally actually got a really useful Staff of the Master effect. However, I would have liked to see the Bulwark pick up before.
Look at Valkyrie. This is a true invis rune. He's setting up as if...
I'm pretty sure he's been invis more than he's been visible this game.
Yeah,
It must be close at least. I mean, Veiled Rod, Valkyrie Prism, this is like second or third.
Ooh, the trample misses though. Rune of Z, not the best start once again. He's going to take a lot of damage in return. However, the arrow does hit Gemini. Gemini's trying to get away now. He will skirt on out of there with the Twin Fangs. They take out Cthulhu Pump, but Magnus goes down to follow. Parasite now, he's in trouble with the lockdown. He goes down. Rally in the background. He still has a Seismic Slam. Can't get it off though. Oh, he won't get it off. Look at Tremble take so much damage. Can Gemini maybe finish him off? That he can. He got blocked initially, and he goes down, but Gemini goes down. Boxy able to do enough follow-up, and a genocide for Bad Monkey Gaming. So both sides have the positives and negatives, but when it's all said and done, BMG comes out on top. And now they're going to push in the middle lane tower, most likely, being the secondary tower right here.
Buyback as well.
Yep, that's his first buyback used, and going to assist on the push at least, and it doesn't look like the Legion team going to do any sorts of reaction, so not much going there. Well, that was the wrong fight. Change that there, but yeah.
Gemini had the money, by the way, for that BKB beforehand that fight. He didn't quite purchase or buy it yet, so questionable. He could have had it if he wanted to, but he decided to wait.
Huh. Yeah, that could have really turned that fight, because yeah, he took the arrow initially, and obviously if he had a shrunken head up, that wouldn't happen. So, yeah, that is pretty critical. The fact that he chose not to buy that going into that mid fight. And allowing
got some real nice wards over here for the help on side now. They could potentially go for a Conquer kill. I would love for them to do it right away. We got a brutalized Ronson Tremble as well, and yeah, it looks like, yep, they are gonna port in. It's gonna be easy kill for them, I feel. I don't think the Legion team is gonna predict this one. Or are they actually? They are going over here.
Yeah, they are. They're making their way over, and so they want to. I mean, they know what's going on. They want to try something, but are they going to be able to get here in time? Kongori is already about a third of his life, a little bit less even. Yeah, they're not going to get there nearly in time. That's going to be a Congo kill, a token on Tremble. Yeah, picks it up there. And that is the first Congo kill of the game, I believe. So about 30 minutes in, Tremble now has another 2,300 gold saved up for him. Gemini, though, he still isn't buying the Shrunken Head. Wants to... There we go. Now he buys it. Now we finally buy it here.
But maybe he was thinking about going something different, just having that Mighty Brand for a little bit more survival stats. But in the end, he's going to choose to go for the gem or the BKB, and I think it's the right choice. What's happening down here? They got the token off Tremble.
Burst is freaking real. Parasite and Rally. Yeah, when they come together like that, there's no one that's going to survive. I mean, Tremble... Not the squishiest target necessarily, but it didn't even stand a chance right there. So.
Oh, Valkyrie mid.
Is he caught? I mean, does he have a Hellfire?
I don't know what he's doing there. He's on his own over here at the Legion side, tier 2 tower, and just chilling.
Huh. Yeah, well...
this is an interesting item build by Valk. Yeah, you mentioned the Hellflower. Wow.
That's not your everyday Valk item.
I don't know. I mean, he's going to have a lot of mana regen. That's one thing he got going for him, but... in general, I don't know.
Hellflower is an interesting item in the sense that, yeah, mana regeneration, but it also does give good amount of damage, to be fair, as well as attack speed on top of that. 51 damage, 30 attack speed. So, and Valkyrie's a hero that will use some intelligence, somewhat frequently. Call the Valkyrie.
The 5-second arrow.
Valkyrie. Oh, nice actually Hellflower on a Magnus right there. He was thinking about stunning in, but unable to do so as a result of that, and ultimately has to get away, but that was close. Manages to escape, though.
I would like to see the stats on how many 5-second arrows we have had in this game.
Yeah, do we keep track of that record? How many times 5-second arrows come up?
I mean, it must be up to like 15 or something. And I'm pretty sure that he has hit like 80 or 90% of all arrows thrown as well.
Yeah, Boxy's
insane, yes.
yes. Yeah, he's quite the insane player. And
actually, Hellflower is synergizing very well with the Nullstone so far. I mean, they can't really get to him. I mean, it's only the Magnus stun, more or less. I guess the Compel as well, but it's hard. They can't really burst him down. They can't really make him a target. And I mean, as long as he's able to sit there with the Hellflower, and if he gets one more item, oh, Tremble, or I mean, Glacius in trouble.
That was close because he actually had the Valkyrie Prison buff going on at the last second. But now Pink getting caught out by Chipper. He has support coming in, though. You got to Compel from Rally. Ultimately trying to help him get away, but it's a little bit awkward because it seems like they got numbers here, but they're not really engaging the strongest. Parasite still alive barely in the background. Rally gets a big stun and a seismic slam on top. Chipper and Valkyrie fall. Down it goes. Baltazar's one has just cut through the fight all of a sudden, and he's going to go down. Bait of the century. A hat trick for Pee-wee comes out. And what are they going to do off of this is the question. You see Gemini barely alive, but he is. And is there buybacks? It looks like Valkyrie and Tremble do. So nobody else does, but they do. But, you know, just by themselves, not necessarily going to be 100% able to hold this. They got to be careful. Okay, looks like Gemini will fall back. And, yeah, it is going to be enough to – they get both buybacks, so it's definitely a win there still, of course, for Team DsBn. But how about that, though?
I don't know what to say. I mean, that team fight was beautifully executed by the Legion team. I mean, they just melted the Airborne team. Parasite falling in before the fight, but the Magnus Eruption hitting like 3 or 4 people, and then just the Tremble, or I mean the Teutonic Slam from the Rally melting Tremble. I mean, they don't have any bulwark at the Hellborn team, and that's really hurting them right now because it's just so much damage coming out from that physical Teutonic Slam, and they can't deal with it at this point.
Yeah. Rally, I mean, that's the wombo combo potential that no doubt Team DsBn has had, and that did come together there. So when it does, clearly going to be a fight in their favor. And yeah, that Staff of the Master pick up again. That I remember that. You know, it came out with like 6 or 7 other Staff of the Master effects, and initially I'm pretty sure a lot of people didn't really expect much of it. They thought, you know, it's kind of one of those nice flares, nice fun, but who would actually get a Staff of the Master on Rally? But the weeks to come, it became more and more evident that, okay, this is actually a pretty good pickup on this hero. And again, not a hero we see often on the competitive scene, honestly. But Teltuk plays it every now and then, and showing why once again right here with that Staff of the Master. Now we do see an engagement from BMG trying to force something. In the background, though, Chipper gets cut out with the silence, but here comes a collapse from BMG. Rally with the compound on the side of Exam. It is in range. Down goes Cthulhu Fawn, it looks like, but Rally is also going to be taken out. They did get Glacius on top of that, but also it's just Gemini and Magnus. Magnus counter Russian. Magnus got Russian on 3 heroes. Can they follow up with enough damage? Valkyrie goes down. Tremble versus Gemini right here, toe to toe. Magnus assisting, of course, with the steam bath, and Gemini the brutalizer. No, he goes down and down. Goes Chipper in the background. A buyback from Rally, by the way, his final buyback when he came in to secure the fight. And Team DsBn again, they somehow come out on top. And Tremble is the only one with a buyback, and it would be his final buyback.
He's not going to use it. He can't do anything on his own. This is going to be at least 1 Rax and possibly a tier 2 tower for this DsBn team. They're close on taking this series. I never would have imagined they actually beating BMG this convincingly as well. I mean, they're doing it in a very dominant fashion.
Absolutely. I mean, overall, pretty good games here. But, yeah, to have a team that's the number 8 seed coming in against the defending world champions now as of less than a month ago, a team that was, well, put together a couple of weeks ago. So who would have thought, with a trip to DreamHack on the line, especially to top it all off, that Team DsBn would be able to compete the way that they are. And in fact, they're not just yet. Cthulhu Fawn ends up falling. They were acting like they were falling back. The classic fake fallback. Gemini's actually in trouble. Yeah, he goes back full form, and he is going to be fine in the end. So one of the dogs was getting low. I think it was the ice dog, but stays alive and able to make his way out of there. So not only do they push in the racks, Chipper's not done just yet. He wants more, but that's going to backfire. Down goes Glacius. And down goes Chipper, and everyone dodges the arrow. That's one of the few arrows that Boxy's missed. I thought for sure that was going to hit somebody, but now Boxy goes down, and I think BMG, that's a tilt showing right there. I mean, they were kind of going in one by one, and
they're so frustrated. Like, I don't know why they're so aggressive either. I mean, I feel like they have the late game if they were to be even in G or gold per minute and experience, but they are constantly the ones using the Valkyrie Prison, the Veiled Rods, trying to take offensive fights all the time, when I really feel like they should just sit back and take it easy. But I don't know, something's tilting them. I guess it's just Team DsBn getting getting on the nerves. I mean, we saw this last weekend as well. Team Grief, I mean, they are so offensive. You don't feel secure enough to sit back and farm. You feel forced to take these kind of engagements that's not necessarily favorable for you. And I don't know what to say.
Port's coming in right here. Again, the tower's already dead, though. Tremble with a double damage rune. Yeah, you probably don't want to fight against that. And they will ultimately fall back. So, but yeah, again, I think the biggest thing to take from this is that Team DsBn, and not only they're just playing this very well here. This isn't a case of BMG making so many mistakes and everything. Team DsBn playing this very well, and you look at that. I mean, overkill of the century, but
overkill big time.
Get the kill. He does have a buyback. Remember, what would be his final buyback? I gotta think he's gonna use it, right? I mean, you don't use it here, pretty much the game's over anyway. So. The melee racks, it's dropping quickly. Cthulhu goes in. Here we go. Gemini going to be compelled away. They do a lot of bursts on a Parasite, though. He's able to tablet out. He will be fine. Somehow they're all still alive. Torture's like, you know what? Just kill me. I'll be the distractor yet again. And that he is. And the rest get away in the long run. So the buyback happens. Tremble is now out of buyback. She pours the mound, but he is going to be stunned by Magnus initially. And actually, Magnus now in trouble. He ends up going down trying to save his teammate right there, which he definitely helped save his teammate, so that's the good thing again. But rocket speed
going, by the way? No, they're not. Okay.
Going to be fine. Magnus has a buyback, so does Torturer, so.
Yeah, not the biggest deal in the world. I mean, they're even going to force BMG to kind of go for a Rax push here, and I mean, this is probably just going to backfire for BMG, but you never know. I mean, take one like bad team fight right now, I mean, and you could end up losing the game, but there's plenty of gold over here at the Legion team, so they got plenty of buybacks as well. They shouldn't feel too concerned. Yeah. I feel like they should just try to burst down this Tremble, and that's exactly what they're looking to do.
Tremble already below half life, can't move just yet, can't move the whole time nearly. He goes down before doing a damn thing, really. Dust comes out on top of that. Glacius also going to fall in the background. Seismic Salmon makes connection, and Cthulhu at least it looks like. Chipper dropping. Chipper goes down. Compelled to finish him off. Rally does get taken out, but again, minimal casualty for considering that could be the game-winning fight right there in favor of Team DsBn. A double tap for Boxy to end it off at least. So, you know, he was coming off a pretty poor performance last game on that Wretched Hag, setting a record himself for the most deaths he's had in the game. This time around, he's been a big shining star for BMG, 11-5 at 13 on Valkyrie, but in the long run, it may just fall short, unfortunately. You see Tremble 40 more seconds before he can resurrect right here, as they are now pushing into the base. Once again, they melee Rex at bottom. It's going to end up dropping. Boxy, there's only so much he can do with Cthulhu and Glacius here. You see Parasite. They had a reference, so they knew he was there. They take off the Nullstone, though, and now Valkyrie getting bursted down. If he dies, I don't think he would have a buyback, and, well, we're going to find out. No, he doesn't have a buyback. He does get taken out by Gemini.
That's probably... actually, the Tier 2 tower still stands at the top lane, so it might not necessarily mean Mega Rax quite yet. Kongor, yeah, he respawned right now, so they're probably going to look to kill him.
Going back to Kongor. Now, the Terramount's there, but, of course, they'll just kill that off quickly and proceed to finish off Kongor, so... Slayer just picked up by Baltazar again, especially having no buybacks. Might as well just invest into as many items as possible here. Going to be trying to go for that Savage Mace, the full Dawnbringer, though, on Gemini here. Clearly, BMG knows what's up. A Parasite also going in. Now the Invis here. They have a Bound Eye Glacius. They're going to be spotted with the Veiled Rod. Sharken Head's going up left and right. Magnus gets caught initially. He goes down, but Gemini jumps on Chipper as well as Cthulhu. There's kind of a split fight going on right here. Magnus dead, but so is Valkyrie, and now Chipper goes down. Tremble takes a stun. This Seismic Slam and no longer has much life. He's holding his ground somewhat, but he does go down yet again. So BMG's fighting, man. They are fighting, but very likely going to fall 2-0 to Team DsBn here in the DreamHack Qualifiers #1. So again, it's the first of 5 qualifiers, but this is the first round. Oh, the very first one.
And it's crazy one on top of it. Holy cow, this is a crazy game. Team DsBn playing out of their minds.
Yep,
Look at
they
this.
are.
Once again, just gonna lock down the control fan. They are gonna possibly even get the Valkyr.
Yeah,
No, they're not gonna get Valkyr.
again, this is a case. This is not a fluke. This is they're really showing that they are here to play and not only defeat BMG, but they're here to possibly win this event. I mean, the way that they're playing right now, they're playing better than any other team out there. I think you could safely say 45 hero kills, averaging over a hero kill per minute at this rate here in the second game. So. And just again, a lot of fun. Clearly going to gain a lot of fans if they didn't already have a fair amount because of some player names here. So
yeah, sign me up on that one.
Yeah,
I'm
exactly.
definitely a fan.
One myself here. So I got the replay queued up for what I think is definitely the game or the fight that pretty much has decided this game. And it looks like we have some time here. So yeah, I'm going to put it up here. This is the fight where they're chasing out Gemini. They get a good catch here, but then Magnus comes in with the eruption. So they kill off Torture, as well as somebody else got picked up there. I think it was Parasite. Rally ends up falling. So all of a sudden it's like two versus the four of them, but then Magnus. What an eruption from Magnus. Gemini comes in to help turn it, and they end up dying off there. Obviously Rally buys back and helps to clean it up and guarantee the rest of them. But yeah, that fight right there, no doubt, is really what has secured this game now for Team DsBn. And again, I say that somewhat lightly because technically it's not over just yet, but the storyline right now tells us that it is, pending some crazy miracle comeback from BMG. So they're still hanging in there, though. Savage Mace, it's going to be coming here for Trumbull here in the near future.
I have to say, though, that DsBn, they would really, really do much better with a bulwark on their team, but they're so far, I mean, they're not picking it up, and I don't know why. I mean, this late into the game, 45 minutes into the game, it would do so much. It would do wonders for them, especially that Teltuk slam from the rally.
That's what I thought he was going to get initially before he even got the staff to bounce. I thought we were going to at least going to see a Soul's Bulwark, but then he went staff, and I was like, oh, okay, I mean, that makes sense. But yeah, he's sitting on 4,500 gold now. I mean, he has a power supply. You could say, like, yeah, at this point, yeah, I think you can make a Soul's Bulwark happen at the very least.
Yeah, I mean, he's out of buyback, so there's really nothing to save for. I mean, Bulwark is the obvious choice. Just go for it.
Yeah.
Oh, and they're going to go for Kongor. Please pick up the Bulwark before you do this, though.
That would help enhance it, so... oh boy. But the important thing is that Panty's failing. No. I mean, again, to be fair, a lot of those deaths have resulted in big return kills, and I'll tell you, he has 18 assists now, so you do see Cthulhu Font. He's going to be gone right here in the background as Parasite jumps him. Going to stay alive initially, at least, though, but Tremble follow-ups done, Seismic Slam, and he gets deleted from the game, apparently. Cthulhu Font is going to go down. And again, it's rinse and repeat here for Team DsBn right now.
Oh,
nice stun there from Panty. Speaking of him, he's going to set this up right here. Chipper is going to end up falling. Valkyrie leaps away. Has two over the ledge right there, but it's just going to survive a little bit longer in the long run. Again, playing the delay game is BMG right now. Saying that at least if they're fighting and killing us, they're not killing our base. That's the good news. Valkyrie's going to go down now. She does have a final buyback,
but yeah, they can't really pick a fight though without a Tremble, so this is very likely gonna be the Magorax.
Yeah.
But DsBn so desperately, or so very much, would love to have.
Whew, nice chainsaws right there, actually, but again, this is gonna be too much follow. Oh my God, no, Gemini dies. He actually does go down.
Glacius ultimate.
Wow, that was a really nice chainsaw right there from Mighty Marcus. And it's going to follow up for a kill on a Panty right there as well. So, okay. Genocide for Bad Monkey Gaming. That just happened. It's not over just yet.
It really feels like I'm just sitting here and waiting for Team DsBn to end the game. But, I mean, I guess we shouldn't really count out BMG completely quite yet.
You know, they're going to defend the base the most they can, of course, and are going to hold it off for now. Obviously, there's already been some damage on the... Sacrificial Shrine right here, but it's not dead just yet, and that's what matters, of course. You see right here the big chainsaw from Mighty Marcus. That does happen. Lines up on all the heroes, and Gemini, yeah, he couldn't really do too much damage. By the time he starts to, one of his dogs ends up dying, and that means the hero dies. So here comes Kongor, though, from BMG.
Yeah, is this the second kill, or is it the third kill?
I want to say it's the second kill, honestly. I think it's the second, yeah. So no bananas yet.
Damn. You know, monkeys really like bananas.
That they do. Bad Monkey Gaming
Bad
going to
Monkey
be powerful.
Gaming, yeah.
It also increases their damage down by 10%. It's a bonus that we put into the last patch for being the world champions.
We got a sheep stick picked up on Rally.
Huh.
Not a bulwark. I mean, sheep. Yeah, it's always
hard to go
great.
wrong with the sheep stick, yeah, but
No, exactly. I mean, you can't really. You can never say that a sheep stick is really wrong item to get, but still, I mean, that bulwark. I mean, he could have had a bulwark and a BKB, for example, right now, and just jumped Tremble every single team fight. But
true.
Gonna go for the sheep stick instead. Yeah.
Look at that, though. Quincy actually pointing out that he shatters the amount of kills that a rally record had previously of only 10. He is 17, 8, and 18. Tiltuk really doing a lot of work this game.
Yeah, playing really well.
Yeah. Again, 49 hero kills in total here for Team DsBn. So BMG is really making them earn it, though. We're having apparently several records here as far as heroes go. Gemini also setting a hero record of 16 hero kills, 16, 4, and 17. Yeah, also very impressive, of course. And then Panny also tying the record for deaths in a game at 16. We love Panny. We do. Obviously, we say this jokingly. He knows it. It's all in good fun.
Yeah, he's a really good guy.
Yeah.
I love Penny. But I mean, in general as well, I mean, the draft kind of, I mean, it didn't make it easy for him. I mean, I mentioned it several times. I mean, that was just not a favorable pickup, especially not being up against the Suda tri-lane as a Torture. It's not that kind of hero, so I wouldn't blame Penny too much. And I mean, in the most cases, they have gotten return kills, so I mean, it's not necessarily all bad in dying. I mean, sometimes it's about baiting and actually setting up kills as well, using yourself as a sacrifice for your team. So, yep.
There's a couple things to note here. Now, you know, a lot of people may be looking at the experience difference and be like, holy crap, it's actually really close. But the biggest thing to note with that is that there's 2 level 25s here on the Legion team. And, you know, when a hero does hit level 25, it's no more experience can be gained. It really is what it comes down to. So, thus, you'll naturally start to see the experience difference get a little closer. The gold, it's not the most either, to be fair. Only about 14,000 gold, but there's a lot of things to consider with that, of course. All the buybacks that have been used. Granted, several have been used on Dusk, or I keep wanting to call them DsBn with the tag that they have, but Team DsBn.
Yeah, I feel that too. I mean,
but as well, they have.
That, by the way?
What's that?
Do you remember what the names were in DsBn, by the way? Because that was a favorite.
Yeah, that was Mr. Swish. Freaking.
All right, like the Malaysian or like
Australian team from Southeast Asia. Yeah, they were the first team in Southeast Asia that really shined. And
wow, yeah.
Mr. Swish was their famous player. I'm blanking on a lot of.
Haven't heard that name in a long time, but yeah, it sure brings back memories.
Yeah, it's been a little bit here. It's like close to 3 years, I want to say, since they were in the Han scene.
Yeah, most likely. So Savage Maze here picked up on Tremble now. I mean, he got a token, so he's going to be able to deal tons of damage. He's going to be able to play really aggressive in those team fights. And I mean, that's going to tear apart Wingbow on Gemini as well. And I mean, and they don't have the most damage anymore. I mean, they went for the Sheep Stick on the Teltuk. They went on the Hellflower onto Parasite. And I mean, even though those kind of like lockdown or disable abilities or I mean items are good, you still get to a point where you know, you have to start focusing a little bit more on physical damage because BKBs, they got BKBs and Tremble and Balk now as well. So Magnus is not necessarily going to have too much of an impact. Oh my god, Mighty Morg is jumping in.
Yeah, he does. They both engage on one another. Really nice line stuff from Magnus there. Cut to the falls. Tremble in the front lines. He doesn't have the most team support, though. They will catch on Magnus, but you see Tremble. He's by himself up there. Now Token Alive going to be procced, but Rally's ready to go. Still has a seismic slam. Might not even need it. Tremble's just dropping way too fast. Glacial Downpour! Holy crap! That is so much damage right there from Fusin. And they're forced to run away is Team DsBn right here. But look at the Sacrificial Shrine. That's going to do it.
Oh, the Shrine! Yep. Oh my god!
Yeah, I had my eye on that with the creep wave, so yeah, I went to it, and sure enough, it was just about dead, and it dies. So, as actually great of a fight that was from BMG, clearly it was just too late. I mean, the obvious there, and that means Team DsBn, they take the game and the series officially here, 2-0 over Bad Monkey
What a serious disband. I mean, wow, they're playing out of their minds, beating the world champions 2-0 in dominating fashion. And I mean, they're just looking so solid as well. There's no hesitation. They know what they want. They're playing their own style, and they're just so damn scary right now. I would be careful if I was the Mint or Nullstone.
Yeah, that's the winner of that series, as you're getting at, is will play this Team DsBn now in the next round. Of course, that being the semifinals, that being tomorrow. So Team DsBn, not only do they get the victory here, they're moving on, but again, they get a break for the rest of the day. They'll come back tomorrow for the semifinals again to continue on. As far as where things are going here now, I assume the other series is still happening.
Yeah, I think so. They are in a game at least.
Yeah, and I want to say it should be game 2, right? Yeah, so it looks
Are you
like, yeah.
sure?
Yeah, this definitely should be game